Hello, I'm back, and I'm drawing on my iPad this time, which was not the plan. I actually wanted to record me drawing in my sketchbook, whether it was an actual drawing or practicing while I talk or just something, but I didn't realize I couldn't really do that. Like, I have my phone to record, which I did with the last video, but I don't really know how I would record myself writing on the sketchbook without it looking janky. So I decided to draw on the iPad, which has its pros and cons because it's all digital now and it's different from trying to draw in a sketchbook. I didn't realize how different it would be. The cool thing though is the time-lapse thing. It makes it really easy for me to record or kind of capture everything. And I don't know how long this video will be since I could kind of adjust the time-lapse to however long I want, which is nice. And this is kind of like a one-take thing, I guess, because I really don't know what I'm going to talk about. I guess whatever first pops into my head. I will say that the way I'm trying to paint right now or draw is something I haven't tried. I kind of saw a YouTube short of a dude just kind of breaking down a portrait off of just like a couple of strokes of paint, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I decided to try it, and well, it's a lot harder than it seems as a beginner, but even though I've never really done it, or even drawing on an iPad, which is a whole different thing from drawing on a sketchbook, is really different. I thought it might be fun. I first thought too that if I started drawing on the iPad, would it fuck up my like drawing on a sketchbook? And it might low-key, but I'm kind of looking at it in a way of I'm still drawing, so it's still good practice if you're drawing anyway. Unless I'm just coping, then damn. But I'll still take it as good practice at the end of the day. So yeah. I still haven't talked about the drawing or who I'm drawing. It's Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. You might know who that is, or I'm pretty sure you probably heard of the game at least. I haven't played that game recently, so he's kind of the first person that kind of popped into my head. And honestly, that's probably one thing I can talk about, the game. I think it's probably my favorite game. I've only played the first 3. I haven't played any of the new ones. There's 2 reasons it's my favorite. One is how they tie in the lore with the American Revolution. I thought it was pretty cool. And the second reason is Connor. He is probably my favorite out of the 3 I've played. I thought it was really cool to have a Native American as the assassin. I played the game once I was a kid, and I didn't really like care for the story or the history of it. I always thought it was cool running around, killing the bad guys, and just fucking around pretty much. And now that I'm older, I could understand the story. Only in this game, kinda. And by story, I don't really mean the Assassin's Creed storyline, like their fictional thing. What I mean is I understand the story of Connor and the natives with/against the British and the 13 colonies. And like I said earlier, I thought it was really cool Connor being indigenous. And I thought it was like really smart the way they kind of portrayed the story through him. And there's a lot to it. And again, like I'm just playing the game again, so it's like not fully refreshed in my memory. But I think it's smart the way they kind of did it with him being indigenous and he's trying to help the colonies win the war. But like midway through the game, Connor kind of gets swayed in between both sides. Because I feel like in this game there isn't really a bad guy. I mean, not that there is a bad guy. There is definitely a bad guy. Sorry. In the past 2 games, it's very obvious who the bad guys are. But in this one, I feel like as Connor himself kind of realizes that neither side are really helping him and his people. Like him and his people are kind of getting tricked and used in the war. And at the end of it, they get like fucked over anyway. So I feel like that's where it comes in, like who really is a good guy? None of them are. Well, obviously as Connor you are. All you're trying to do at the end of the day is protect your people. And I kind of got a little bit distracted. I didn't really talk about the painting that's going on. I don't think it's too bad. It's obviously not close to the original picture, but that's okay. It was still fun to do though. And I still have a second one coming, which I think it's a lot better. So yeah, I guess I could continue talking about the game still. Yeah, fuck it. My channel, right? That's the whole point. That's kind of it though, I think. I like the game pretty much. And for those 2 reasons again. I don't really care about the gameplay. Like I don't think it was bad at all. But actually one thing I will say is the stealth in that game. It's implied in the name Assassin's Creed. Is really bad. Like really, really bad. But I guess like that's probably the one thing I didn't really like that I noticed was the stealth. Because I'm pretty sure in the first two games, again, I've only played the first three, but I'm sure in the first two games, like, you get a lot more like stealth options, or like I don't know. But I guess you could like make it make sense because it's a war or something. I don't know. That's like the one thing like that I noticed I didn't like was the stealth. um, actually, another thing I could talk about is Hamilton, like the play, or not actually like the entire play, but this is all based on like historical events and stuff. In the game, Charles Lee is the antagonist, and obviously I keep saying obviously, like I don't think it's obvious. I'm pretty sure it's not obvious, but Charles Lee is like the bad guy. I mean, throughout history, and in Hamilton and the game and everywhere else. I actually started to read up on him, and it turns out like I guess he was kind of advocating for the Native Americans. And at first I'm like, wait, was this dude kind of a good guy? And he wasn't. I'm gonna like shut that down real quick. He owned slaves, so. But like I was still kind of reading into him, and it kind of seemed like he got scapegoated. And again, there's a lot more to it, but it seems like he kind of got scapegoated. I could probably do another video talking about him. Honestly, I might, because I just have questions about his downfall, pretty much. That's kind of it. I feel like I should talk about the painting. I've been pretty distracted talking about other things. I thought it didn't turn out too bad. And also the one thing that's great about drawing on an iPad or just is the undo button. I use it a lot in these paintings, obviously. And the one thing I realized at one point is that his face was kind of off. So there's even that tool where you can warp or even like shift his face. And I know I didn't really finish the painting, but I think I was already pushing 2 hours, which is a lot. So I just chose to stop, and I was happy with it. I thought it came out okay. Yeah, that's kind of it. And if anybody's still here or watching, thank you. You can let me know what you think of the drawings. Even though it's my first time kind of drawing like this, I had fun. It was cool. Guess I'll talk to you in the next one.